getting to it and getting all, like you said, the junk out of the way. And there's nothing like knowing you're there.
Yes.
There's nothing like knowing you're
Nothing
there.
Like it.
And you can't explain it until you're there.
Right.
And anybody who's there understands that. So, but there is a journey to there. There is that journey. And you go through this. I love this, that you don't leave us to our own kind of figuring it out.
Right.
You know, God has given you steps, and you've laid them out. So sometimes we don't have to struggle.
Right.
There, you know,
Right.
you know, and the Bible, the Bible is our source, and certainly He gives us tools with that. He drops in your spirit, teach this way, so they can get that thing. I said,
Right.
so anointed, anointed to do the work. So you have to go. If you haven't gotten this one, go, and I don't see that. What a pun. Go and get go. 10 powerful steps to accomplishing your goals and living the life you desire, because that's the life God put in your spirit to desire.
Absolutely.
You didn't think of that.
No.
It didn't come from you. God gave it to you, but you got to work it out through Him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't make it more difficult than it has to be.
I think we enjoy that. It can't, salvation. It can't be as simple as accepting Christ as Savior. It can't be that. We have to tarry, and we have to, call the east winds and west winds.
Right. Right.
God made it simple for us. Let's keep it simple.
Yes.
Keep it simple. And go. Go. And you have to get this one. And certainly, I'm sure, 5 smooth stones, defeating the giants from within. That's a battle always. We're always battling.
Right.
Our mind. And those giants, it could be a little seed of rejection that was planted, and now it's huge. Right? It's huge, and it actually affects everything we do.
And you don't realize but every decision is connected to that.
Absolutely.
Is connected to that. And then you wonder, well, how did I end up here? Yeah, we can trace it back.
Yeah.
We can trace it back.
Yeah, how about that? Now, do you, there's always, again, workspace. What is your take on journaling? Because this is a way of journaling.
It is. And I call Go actually a life application journal. So, it's not just the blank pages for you to write some things. We give you some, very pointed questions to think about and respond to. So I'm not much of a journaler, surprising.
Okay.
It's something, that I think if I committed to doing it, that I would get a lot out of it. But for me, it's a time issue. For
you
children.
have other things.
And and
for children.
Yes.
Oh,
and sometimes I just have to choose.
She's
oh my
so
goodness.
beautiful. She's so beautiful. God bless you. God bless you.
But sometimes I just have to choose sleep over other things that I want to do.
How about that?
Right, because I need to be. I want to be a good wife. I want to be
Choose
a good mother,
sleep.
and I can't do that when I'm tired.
Choose sleep.
But I am getting into a place in my life, and this is because. I have lived go. So now, I say no to a lot of things now.
Yeah. And it's okay.
It's okay. And it's created a lot more room in my life for the things that I want to do. So there are some things that I will be doing more of that I haven't had an opportunity to do so. And journaling is likely to be one of those things. Obviously I'm a writer, so that would
Writer's
be
right.
Right. exactly right. Now, it's notes in my phone, notes on my computer, and Evernote, and like tons of like these little pieces of paper. Now they're stacked up in a pile, so I'm getting those. So I have lots of thoughts and ideas and things written down, but not in a journal. I have journals,
but that is a form of journaling,
right?
Because it's your thoughts,
right?
It's your thoughts,
exactly.
And but you said something about choosing sleep. That was powerful, because again, as women, we're trained to work our fingers to the bone. Get 2 hours and then work for another 48 kind of thing. And I was challenged by that, I guess, in the last couple of months. Because 4 o'clock in the morning, working, working, and just saw the toll that it took on my body. you know,
Yeah.
and how that was not honoring God.
No, not at all.
That was not, and we're taught that the more, you know, work your finger and hustle and grind, that's not pleasing to the Lord. So choosing sleep,
right,
and trusting Him that while you're sleeping, He's handling it.
Right, exactly.
You know, we have to have our hands in everything, and if I don't do it, right, you know, but if God gave it to you, He's gonna protect it,
Right,
and cover you and all of that. So you preach like 3 sermons in this 15-20 minutes, but very, very, very impactful. Very impactful, because you gave us freedom. That's freedom to say, okay, I'm shutting down.
Right.
I'm getting some sleep. You know, you do as a wife and mother. You know, you have put things in place. You know, you've gotten the dinner, you've gotten the lunches, you've gotten the laundry. You know, you've done all those things,
Right.
and most of the time working full-time jobs, and you know, doing all of that. There has to be a time to rest,
Absolutely,
and not feel guilty about that. You know, and sometimes, you know, leaving hubby to do some things.
Exactly, because he's grown.
Yes, and he's a partner.
Yes,
He's a partner,
yes.
you know. So allow that partnership to be.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
allow that partnership to be. Because one of the things we laugh about and is that, you know, people will work you as long as you work.
Yes.
And then when you're unable, it's next. It's next.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know? So we take back that and say, no, I choose to rest. I choose to sleep.
Right.
And trusting God to keep it moving.
And it's not only about the rest, but it's also about self-care, and then what you were actually called to do. So you may be a wife, you may be a mother, you may be an employee, or maybe you own your own business. But if there is something in you that is still missing, you are unfulfilled. You know that God has called you to do something different or something more, and you can't do it because you are being all things to everybody else. That's a major issue, and God is not pleased. God is not pleased.
That's his place. That's his place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think if I can mention something else that I'm working on that ties
Absolutely.
right into
Absolutely.
this. This is I'm just so excited about this, and it's launching in January.
Oh, wonderful.
Powerhouse.
Nice.
Powerhouse
Nice
Woman
shirt.
Collective. Thank you. And
Nice.
the Powerhouse Woman Collective is specifically for women who are ready to step into their power, to be who God called them to be, to do the work that God called them to do, whatever that might be. It may be ministry, it may be nonprofit, it may be your own business. It may be, you know, volunteering in some capacity. It may be moving to a different level in your career or to another career. But just, you know, you're ready to get clarity on what it is that you desire, and then what that looks like for you. How do you get there? And I will be really bringing together women from all over the country, hopefully from all over the world, who are ready to get that clarity, develop their plan of action, and move forward. And it is, it's exclusive from the perspective that you can't just go to my website and sign up. No, we need to have a conversation if you think you're interested.
There's some interaction required.
Yes, because one, I want to make sure that I can actually help you. That wherever it is you
it's a
are,
good fit.
that it's a good fit for us. That I feel like I want to work with you as well, because you know you don't go into business to have problems. So we need to connect. We need to connect.
Wonderful.
And then that you're a good fit for the group as well. So I know a lot of women who they don't do women.
Okay.
I don't have girlfriends. I don't like women. If that is your perspective, this is not the group for you. Yes. Yeah, so you know, it's about women helping women. We're all there because we want to grow and move in a certain direction, and we're really, you know, we want to get real about what it is we want to experience in life and what we want to give back to life. But we know we can't do it on our own. So the Powerhouse Woman Collective is a place where you can come to get what you need, but you're going to give back as well. You know, you're going to be pushed and pulled. We're going to laugh together, cry together. We're going to motivate each other. We're going to check each other. as well. You're
accountability.
Not doing, exactly. Mm-hmm. You're not doing what you said you were going to do. Come on, let's get this moving. So this is not a social group. It's a success group.
Love it.
So I'm very, very excited about that. And again, coming out of my own experience and walking through this thing, knowing literally for over a decade that I was called to do something different. And just not knowing how to make that shift.
Yes.
And then as time progressed, you move up the career ladder, you make a certain amount of money, and now it's like, oh my goodness, I can't walk away from this. Or you feel like you can't change because, somebody's going to be disappointed in you, and you have some people telling you, well, you can't do that, or why would you do that? And so we don't. We're stuck. Yeah. And so we're pleasing everybody else. And I mean, life is good, so it's not like, maybe you're not depressed, you're not hating your husband or your family or anything like that, but you just know that
there's another
there is something more for you. And those things don't have to suffer because of it. You just need to figure out the balance. So I hate when people say you can't have it all. And I heard that for so many years. And I've come to learn that, yes, you can. You just need to define what all is for you. Because your all may not look like my all.
Yes.
And there are some things that, I have learned to give up, to say no to. And even in my own family, like I said, I have 4 children, but I am not a soccer mom.
Okay.
Or in my case with my boys, a football mom or basketball
mom. every practice, every game.
That is not me. Who does that in my household? My husband.
Okay.
And
Wonderful.
He loves it.
Wonderful.
Me, not so much.
That's
and not
that's
because,
a partnership.
Right, and not because I don't want to support my children, because I do. I'm encouraging them, wishing them a good game. Tell me about your game when it's done and over. But sitting there, 2 practices a week, maybe 3 a game for hours on time, and I don't understand the game on top of that. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. And what I found out was when I talked with them, they were okay if I wasn't at every game. Now I'm at some, just not every.
That's there. Yeah.
Right. And when Dad can't do practices, I will do practices. Yeah. But they were okay. They didn't feel like,
you didn't love them.
Right, exactly. But I would never know
unless you didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm okay. They're okay.
Praise the Lord. How freeing is that, though? That is so freeing.
It is. It absolutely is. But most women won't even breach the conversation about different things. It's just. And I guess we're just.
It's fearful.
It's fearful
or required. This is what we're required to do.
And we've been groomed this way. And I don't want to say that we're born this way because I don't think God put it in us to relinquish what He called us to do.
That doesn't even sound like
else.
That doesn't even. Yeah.
But yes, we've been groomed that way. So it's a hard shift to make, and most people can't make it on their own.
Yeah.
So the Powerhouse Woman Collective is really designed to help people walk through what that looks like for them.
In your life,
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because it's not cookie cutter.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it. And it's called Powerhouse Collective.
Powerhouse Woman Collective.
Woo! Look out for that one. Absolutely.
Because we are powerful creatures.
Yes.
And I think if we all step into the power that we have within us, not only do our families change, our communities change, and the world will change. I mean, we are creative beings. I mean, and God designed us as creative,
graced us in that way.
Beings. And if we can just get a hold of that, accept it, step into it,
and not be ashamed of it.
Yes, exactly. And realize that there is room, space enough for each of us to walk in our greatness
without stepping over you.
Exactly. No competition. We could be in the exact same line of business. There is enough to go around, and everyone who will connect with my voice, that's this group of people. There will be another group of people who will connect with your voice, so we can collaborate. We don't have to compete. We don't have to knock each other down.
So freeing. Yeah, because you said something about, because there's a sound that we all make, and that sound attracts people to us.
Yes.
You know, and it won't attract people to you.
Right.
You know, but
Right.
God gave us individually that sound to put out into the earth that will
Exactly.
attract that thing.
Yes.
So that is just confirmation, and we need to just relax in that. You know, it's okay. It's and God again does not stop. You know, jump over me to get to you, or you to get to me.
Right. And if it looks that way, it's because somebody's not where they're supposed to be. You were outside of your circle,
Fighting in a place that you have no business.
Exactly.
That's a minefield that
Exactly.
you do not. That is not your minefield.
Right.
So I love that. Just getting clarity on who we are, where we should be, and finding that. I love that circle of purpose that we all need to find. That He's designed all of us to have.
Right.
You know, and once we're in that circle, like you said, there is peace and joy unspeakable. You know, because you feel, oh, this is where I should be moving.
Exactly.
You know, and you're motivated and all of that.
Right.
So praise the name of the Lord. I love that. I tell you so much stuff in this one woman, but God trusted you to do the work because He, you know, He gave it to you. Yes, and gratitude is what we give to God. You know, for choosing us to do the work.
Right.
And you were doing the work well.
Thank you.
Praise the Lord. To God be to God be the glory. And when He's glorified, we know we've done what we're supposed to.
Yes. Yes.
Amen. Amen. So how can we reach you, and how can we get involved with the collective, and how can we get the books?
Okay, so the book Go is on my website, go10steps.com. That's go the number 10 go GO10
Absolutely.
steps.com. So you can go there to pick up the book, or just go straight to Amazon to get it.
And do a review.
Yes, please do a review. And of course, when the new book comes out, that will be available on Amazon as well, and it will have its own webpage as well.
Okay.
And then they can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Coach Cherita. And my name is spelled Cherita. So that's Coach Cherita on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And then for the Powerhouse Woman Collective, you can go to powerhousewomancollective.com.
Okay.
And get all of the information about that. And again, like I said, you can't just sign up, so it will direct you to schedule a time to have a phone call with me.
Wonderful. I love that.
We'll look at what it is you want to accomplish
and tailor it.
Exactly.
Yes, I love that.
Exactly. And then, I do have a 7-day Living Your Life with Purpose challenge.
Okay.
That your viewers can do online. They can sign up for that at 7daypurposechallenge.com. It's free.
7-day purpose challenge. I love that.
That's 7daypurposechallenge.com.
Okay.
They said it's free. It's 7 days. You'll get one email from me each day with a very short video, as well as a daily challenge exercise.
And that's a free program.
It's free, yes. And it's really designed to help you to live your life more purposefully on a daily basis in various areas of your life, and really being intentional about how you spend your time, your energy, and your resources. And then also about living your purpose. And those are two different things. Those are two different things. So even if you're not clear about what your purpose is right now, you can still live your life purposefully, and making sure that, you're just not letting life happen.
Just floundering around.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to sign up for that and take advantage of that. It will be impactful for you.
Amen. Amen. Again, all of this in this one woman, I don't understand. But again, God trusted you to do the work, and He's graced you with, these are just wonderful ideas, God ideas. And just these are tools. If we're stuck, we can go and do that challenge.
Right.
And I love one of the things that you can do things in the privacy of your own space. Sometimes you need just that privacy to work it out and cry it out and do all of that.
Yes.
And we have the tools that we can work it out without any fear. Sometimes of exposure, and judgment. Yes, I love it. So the tools are here.
Yes.
Let's walk a life of purpose, be fulfilled in God and what He's called us to do. So when we step before Him, He can say, well done,
Yes.
because we've done well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Amen. 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 Praise the Lord. That's our time. What a beautiful time.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's always good talking with you.
Oh, absolutely. What a powerhouse. And again, for me, just to spend time with people who know who they are in God and are not afraid to walk in that and share that with the world. For me, it's such a blessing. You know, I'm glad to be in this space and because I have been so blessed.
Yes.
You know, so
and of course you're a blessing to everyone else.
Praise the Lord.
You know, providing the exposure and we're able to get the message out. It's wonderful.
Amen.
It's wonderful.
Amen. To God be the glory. Being in the place where we're supposed to be.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And that place of that circle of purpose. I love that. That's got to be patented. That circle of purpose. I love that. But to God be the glory. This has been Cherita Weatherspoon with Go. You've got to get Go. You've got to get Go. And certainly 5 Smooth Stones, Defeating the Giants from Within, which would be launching in January.
Yes.
And the Powerhouse Woman Collective. You've got to be a part of that, and also the 7-day purpose challenge. There's no reason that we have questions. These are resources that we can use that have been breathed on.
Yes.
God breathed on these things, and these are God ideas. So if you need help, the help is here. The help is here. Just come get it. You've got to be the one to go get it.
Right.
Just reach out. Go to your computer. Get it.
Yes.
Go get it. Go get it. You will be glad you did. Bless the name of the Lord. That's our time. Again, this has been Brenda Divers, co-founder of Heart Ministry Radio Network and the Extraordinary People, with our special guest, Cherita Weatherspoon. Powerhouse. I'm telling you. Don't miss any of the things we talked about today. You will be impacted for life. Amen. Amen. To God be the glory. We'll see you real soon. HeartMinistryRadio.com. Go to it often. There's so much going on. God bless you.